Hey guys, it's Jay and welcome to the blog. I'm on vacation this week. I'm actually in my old stomping grounds, Fredericton, New Brunswick. This here's the St. John River behind me, and there's an awesome hiking trail, walking trail that goes down along the river. Finished it up just a few minutes ago, and it's incredible, you know, and it's one of those things that I certainly never got a chance to do or see even, 11 years ago when I was a student living in this city. So it's pretty great to see it. This week's video is pretty simple, but it's pretty important, I think. It's one of the messages that came up on the 30 by 30 challenge. Again, we've got basically 170 people doing that challenge, and it's going really well. And a big thank you to everyone who took the challenge and is taking it seriously. Is putting in the time every day, is meeting the other people who are doing it, setting up events so that things can be done together. It's the most rewarding part of this whole thing so far has been watching that group take on a life of its own, and I'm incredibly proud of the work that we're doing as a part of that. Still time to join that. Just do a search for Big Deal's 30 by 30 challenge, and it's a private group on Facebook. Ask to join it, and you can join the rest of us as we make our way through August, doing 30 minutes a day of activity minimum outside every day for 30 days in a row. It's a focus on fun. It's all about finding those things and doing those things that we enjoyed in other times of our life that for whatever reason we've gotten away from, and finding ways to make those a part of our day again now. Like I said, it's an incredibly rewarding experience. So each day on the 30 by 30 group, I post just a small idea. It's usually just one thing I want people to think of every day, and there haven't been too many days through this whole journey for me now, almost 5 months in. There haven't been too many days where there hasn't been an eye-opener of some kind, where I haven't realized something, whether it's some insight on an old habit, whether it's motivation to get me to take on something new. There's always something there. And today, which is day 9 of our challenge, because I'm filming this on Thursday, and it's my brother's birthday, by the way, so happy birthday, John. The kind of like the thought that I had for today was the importance of meeting new people. Not just of bringing new people into your life, but of really taking the time to evaluate the relationships that you have, and to make sure that you're surrounding yourself with incredibly supportive people. We all need cheerleaders in our life. The essence of making the changes that we're all setting out to make, behind that is a recognition that we weren't happy. There was some part of us that wasn't happy before. And there are people in your life who will be threatened by that, because they know that your decision to change, your decision to change your situation, to make yourself better, to find time for yourself. There are people who are holding so tightly on to what they know in this moment that they are going to be intimidated, they're going to be challenged by your quest for change, and that's going to lead them to being not nearly as supportive as you would want. And I have to tell you, those are difficult conversations to have, and they're not fun, but they're incredibly important. The nature of you changing, the fact that every day you're growing into someone who is new, who's closer to being who you know yourself to be, the further some people in your life get from the person that they became friends with, from the person in some cases that they fell in love with. And that can be difficult. There are lots of people who have transformative experiences and lose, a ton of weight. I met one lady who told me that because of the surgery and the lifestyle that she adapted post-op, she was able to drop 170 pounds. And then 3 months later, she was able to drop another 225 pounds because she left her husband. And she laughs about it now, but there is so much truth in that. The person that she wanted to be, the person that she knew to be who she actually was, that was not the person that he fell in love with. And it was so sad for both of them to realize that everything changes when you change. Every person who's come to expect certain things out of you, certain behaviors out of you, all of that changes the minute that you change who you are. And I've certainly noticed that. I mean, there are friends I'm not nearly as close to anymore because they like me better when I was sitting still. They like me better when I was more accommodating to the lifestyle choices that they make, because basically my making those same choices was validating to them. And I still care for those people, but I can't have them in my life every day. I can't have them putting doubts about this whole journey in my head, and neither can you. And I was kind of lucky because the few people that I do have in my life who are like that aren't incredibly close to me. You know, they mean a lot to me, but they're not people that I see every day. They're not people I talk to every day. But they are people whose opinion matters, and that it was difficult to kind of say, you know, until I get this under wraps, until I get to be who I want to be, I can't have you here because you're not the cheerleader that I need. You not only are you not offering me the support that I need, you're actually, you know, you run the risk of having that person put thoughts and ideas in your head that move you further away from your goal, that make you question, you know, and it's no fault of theirs. I mean, if they're doing it intentionally, they're just bastards. But if they're doing it because they're dealing with those issues themselves and they're not quite there, some of the most awkward conversations I've had since I started this entire thing have been with other people who are incredibly overweight. You know, they're my fat friends. In my admitting that I wasn't happy and admitting that there was something wrong with being 460 pounds for me, and that all of the, you know, behavior changes that come with that, and, you know, all the social changes that come with that, by me stepping up and saying that I want those things back in my life, that I'm not happy giving those things up to obesity, by me saying that, they hear that as me judging them. And I understand that. That's probably the biggest gamble of doing this as publicly as I have been, is that it can be very easy to be misinterpreted as though I'm judging you know, other people who are overweight. And you know, I do think it's completely possible to be overweight and happy. I don't think that's what I was. I think I walked around for a long time saying that, but I absolutely recognize now it's not. You don't have to be a psychologist to kind of line up the symptoms and the changes that I've undergone in 145 pounds and 5 months. You know, so much of what I was expressing before, so much of what I was experiencing before, are all, you know, trigger signs of depression. All of that was brought on or characterized in my case by weight. Just because that's the case for me doesn't mean it's the case for everybody else. But again, that's just led to some people who can't be a part of my daily life. So take a look around your own relationships, do a bit of an inventory, and make sure that the people who are closest to you, whose thoughts and opinions count to you, who honestly matter to you, make sure those people have your back. And if they don't, then you need to say goodbye to them. Maybe not forever, but at least until you get further into the journey, until you're more secure in who you are. Because right now, I can't have the doubters around, because I'm still new at this. You know, I'm only 5 months into this. I'm still new at the band. I'm still new at active living. I'm still new at not by default saying no to so many things that I thought I was done with in this life. Until I wrap my head around that more, I don't have time for anyone who thinks I'm wasting my time. I don't have time for anyone who doesn't see the incredible value in everything that I've done for myself over the last 5 months, and neither do you. Don't let anyone in your life belittle the value and the time that you're choosing to invest in yourself. Because at the heart of that, the minute you give them the power to say that you're not worth it, you're saying it to yourself, and that hurts you more. It's not about them and what they think. It's about the fact that you think it's okay, that you accept that message, and that eventually you adopt it on your own. It's what so many of us did the bigger we got. We took on the outside view of us, where there were things we could do, but we didn't do simply because of the pounds we had on us. You know, you sacrifice more than obesity takes from you. You know, you sacrifice so much hope. I talked a few weeks ago about, you know, starting to dream again, of imagining yourself doing things that you long ago wrote off. All of that ties back into this. So this week, do a bit of an evaluation. Make sure those who are closest to you understand your goals and are as inspired by them and are as optimistic for them as you are. And if they're not, then find a way to get them on board or get them off board. See you next week.